driving. Hope comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good afternoon, everybody. There's two more groups that I'm sharing this to now, so it's just taking me a little bit longer. There it is. Okay. Because we were doing some work with some fentanyl places. All right, nobody's here yet, so that worked out well. Check one other thing. All right. Howdy. I will not let you know that I'm live yet, then. I'll let Ingrid know. And a few things that I need to take care of today. Intrusive messages. Some good, some are not intrusive, right? So today is going to be about Tradition 1, the unity of the program. It's kind of a follow-up from yesterday, talking about it's time that we take back what's rightfully ours. Now that I'm down on the floor, you get to see my dog, huh? I'm a dog. She's deaf. She's a good dog. She's a rescue. First, when we got her, even if you lit a lighter, she would jump. So I used to beat her bad. So, she's kind of annoying though. If you play Borderlands, she's like Claptrap. For anybody that's played that, everybody's like, "Man, damn, what are you talking about?" All right, we're at the 3-minute mark. Let's go ahead and get started. I don't know that I'm going to be able to sit like this. This floor kills me. Me and my bony butt. Where's my mouse? There it is. Where's my damn... I think I need a new computer already. Welcome to the Daily Trudge. My name is Dion. I am going to be your host. If you are here, please say hello, whether you're watching the live or the rewatch. And if you feel like this video can help others, please feel free to share it. You get pretty good at that. My butt says thank you. My butt says thank you. All right, where did I put my 12 by 12? Here it is. You ready? Okay. Believe it or not, my dog is always there when I do these. She doesn't bark at stuff. So, but yeah, let's go ahead and get started on this. Tradition 1. Our common welfare should come first. Personal recovery depends upon AA unity. The unity of Alcoholics Anonymous is the most cherished quality our society has. Our lives, the lives of all to come, depend squarely upon it. We stay whole or AA dies. Without unity, the heart of AA would cease to beat. Our world arteries would no longer carry the life-giving grace of God. His gift to us would be spent aimlessly. Back again in their caves, alcoholics would reproach us and say, what a great thing AA might have been. I don't know how reading for the 12 by 12 makes people leave, but it does. Our rooms are growing, and that's a good sign. It means we're starting to take things back. Things are starting to happen. But we need an uprising, is what we need. And we need to stop being so anonymous. Okay? What you cannot do is speak for AA as a whole or blow other people's anonymity. Other than that, you can say anything you want. You can recover as loud as you want. Let people know when you go to the doctor, the therapist, your real estate agent, the guy that fixes your plumbing. Oh, it's going to get loud. Sorry. Oh, I finally got to work. It's only been 3 days. Amber, let me know if it's too much. I don't mind. I'll keep going. So, does this mean, someone anxiously asks, that in AA the individual doesn't count for much? Is he to be dominated by his group and swallowed up in it? Nah, they better not. There are some groups that are like that, though, so you might want to be a little careful. We may certainly answer the question with a loud no. We believe there isn't a fellowship on earth which lavishes more devoted care upon its individual members. Surely there is none which more jealously guards the individual's right to think, talk, and act as he wishes. No AA can compel another to do anything. Nobody can be punished or expelled. Our 12 steps to recovery are suggestions. The 12 traditions which guarantee AA's unity contain not a single don't. They repeatedly say we ought, but never we must. To many minds, all this liberty for the individual spells sheer anarchy. Every newcomer, every friend who looks at AA for the first time is greatly puzzled. They see liberty verging on license. Yet they recognize at once that AA has an irresistible strength of purpose and action. How, they ask, can such a crowd of anarchists function at all? How can they possibly place their common welfare first? What in heaven's name holds them together? There's something about one alcoholic helping another. Okay? That makes the whole difference. It makes the whole difference. Why is that not thinking? It's hard to do this with that noise behind me because I can't hear me. So I hope you guys can. Those who look closely soon have the key to this strange paradox. Okay? And what it is, the strange paradox, that we got to give it away to keep it. But I don't think that's what they're talking about here. But it's going to be the same kind of thing. The AA member has to conform to the principles of recovery, which are the steps, the principles. There's a principle behind every single step. Okay? And those are the principles by which we go by. Hi, Patricia. His life actually depends upon obedience to spiritual principles. If he deviates too far, the penalty is sure and swift. He sickens and dies. Yeah. So, it's just hard for me to explain. I'm trying the best that I can here. So, AA in and of itself, it creates something more than. Here's this. Okay, let's just do it this way. All right. There is no business in this whole world that can replicate this business. So when people come and they say, I'm a recovery coach, they say, I'm a therapist, I'm this, I'm a peer support recovery, peer support specialist, God is not in the mix at that point. When I'm a peer support specialist, I'm not really supposed to be talking about God. not supposed to be. Okay. And what a lot of people are doing is they're putting out what is called cognitive behavioral therapy. That's all it is. CBT has been used for years. AA's cognitive behavioral therapy means muscle memory. You repeat something over and over and over again until you get it down. That's what it means. It means like if you want to learn the drums or an instrument, you must practice to get better at those things. Okay? And that's what CBT is. But CBT always fails because they have something called the X factor, which they cannot bring to you. That X factor is God. That X factor is the higher power. And I don't care what program it is. You need a power greater than yourself. Okay? If you want what we have, that's the question. Do you want what we have? Do you want true freedom? Do you want true peace? Don't you want just... Some days I just like it being like bland normal. Oh, don't even get me started on X-Files. I'm a huge fan. Scully's still hot. Gillian Anderson's just awesome, and David Duchovny's hilarious. But okay, so, and these are people that have, some of them have gone through the program. So what is it? I wonder how many women Gillian Anderson converted. I know a lot of women. They're like, yeah, she is. Yep. But let's get to the book. I don't want to go off. I'm avoiding that. Neither he or nobody else can survive unless he carries the AA message. Okay? We've got to carry the message. We got to carry the message. So I was just talking to somebody. They just got out of treatment, right? And they're like, and what the treatment centers tell you to do is when you get out, the first thing you need to do is find a sponsor. Okay? They should already have one. But that's not on the treatment centers. It's on you and me. That's on the AA groups. We're supposed to be having a meeting every night in that damn treatment center. Okay? If you are looking for a sponsee, then you go to meetings at detoxes. You go to meetings where they're at. Doesn't that make sense? Because we need to be the ones to approach the newcomer. We meet them where they are at. This ridiculousness. And I'm changing my Monday meeting. I'm changing it. I'm going to say, once chat is open, I'm going to say, if you are looking for a sponsor, put it in chat. If somebody can sponsor, you reach out. You watch. It'll work. I bet my sobriety on it because I know I'm right. Because that's how it works for me. That's how I've always known it works. Okay? I'm going to tell you something. I feel bad right now. I know I shouldn't. And it's probably my ego. It's probably my pride. But I feel bad that I relapse and stop going to AA and let it get this fucked. The moment this 12-step work forms a group, another discovery is made. That most individuals cannot recover unless there is a group. Realization dawns that he is but a small part of a great whole, that no personal sacrifice is too great for preservation of the fellowship. He learns that the clamor of desires and ambitions within him must be silenced whenever these could damage the group. It becomes plain that the group must survive or the individual will not. It takes a tribe. I am not giving new news. Everyone knows it takes an alcoholic to help an alcoholic. So why are we even trying it a different way? We have the frickin' answer. We have the answer. And I'm sorry, but millions of alcoholics are not wrong. Now, if the RCOs, because this is what a recovery coach should be, you should get a recovery coach after you've done the steps. After. You don't need, okay, unless you need help with learning how to find a primary care physician and things like that, you don't need a recovery coach. And if you have less than a year, please don't become a recovery coach. If the noise winds down today, I'm going to be doing something on recovery coach trainers today. So at the outset, how best to live and work together as groups becomes the prime question. In the world about us, we saw personalities destroying whole peoples. The struggle for wealth, power, and prestige was tearing humanity apart as never before. If strong people were stalemated in the search for peace and harmony, what was to become of the erratic band of alcoholics? Okay. Good to see you, Ingrid. Love you. As we had once struggled and prayed for individual recovery, just so earnestly did we commence to quest for the principles through which AA itself might survive. On anvils of experience, the structure of our society was hammered out. Countless times in as many cities and hamlets, we reenacted the story of Eddie Rickenbacker and his courageous company when their plane crashed in the Pacific. Like us, they had found themselves safe from death, but still floating upon a perilous sea. How well they saw that their common welfare came first. None might become selfish of water or bread. Each needed to consider the others, and in abiding faith, they knew they must find their real strength. And as they did, in measure to transcend all defects of their frail craft, every test of uncertainty, pain, fear, and despair, and even the death of one. Thus, it has been with AA. By faith and by works, we have been able to build upon the lessons of an incredible experience. They live today in the 12 traditions, Alcoholics Anonymous, which, God willing, shall sustain us in unity for so long as He may need us. God still needs us. He wants us. He speaks to His children. That's a question for the people that own detoxes. I'll come on and talk about it at some point. There are AA meetings. You can put AA meetings in detox. You just gotta call them. It's just people in AA. So, all right. Well, 3:00 meeting's coming up, so I should probably go ahead and wrap up. So, thank you everybody for being here. I appreciate it. I love you. Peace out and have a day.